Hello guys, this video will be in English about some feature in Unity engine. I want some feature there that it's not available yet, and it is a must for open world games. First of all, I must say that I don't speak English very well. I know that. I am learning English, so yes, take it easy. This game is Fernbus Simulator. It was made with Unreal Engine, UE Unreal. It's a competitor of Unity, it's not Unity. This provides us a seamless driving experience. We can go so many kilometers driving without any interruption. Whoa, sorry about that. We drive for a huge map. Let me show here. It is very big, it's a huge map. Of course, this is tiled, it is divided into pieces. This is not a problem at all. With Unity, I am trying to make something similar. It's a bus simulator, it's a simulator where you could drive buses. So, yeah, vehicles, traffic system, all that kind of thing I am programming myself or buying some assets to improve the speed of development. This is okay, it is working. I have put my game on the Play Store. It has almost 2 million downloads. Of course not 2 million players, it is in beta, so many people have tried and uninstalled it, but that's okay, it's a beta. People really like my project Fernbus Simulator. They enjoy it very much. Some people hate, but that's normal. But there is a feature that I need for that kind of game, which is a world origin shifting feature. We have floating origin at the Unity wiki, but it's not that good. It's a small script that moves everything when you are too far from the origin. Basically, Unity and Unreal and lots of other engines uses 7-digit floating point numbers, 32-bit floating point numbers. They are a default one, they are almost optimized for all GPUs and CPUs out there. But there's a problem. They have only 6 digits after the period. So if you are on some distance, you cannot go too far away from that distance. When we are too far from the starting point, 0, 0, 0, 0 on the Y, X and Z, strange things start happening. Camera shakes, shadows starts blinking. Yeah, it makes the game unusable. Everything about Unity that we saw, most of the most interesting features depends on static things. We must check that static flag on editor. This is not possible for games like this because we need to constantly move everything. I have made a scene loader using load level async. It's working very well, surprisingly good. It works. I divided my terrain into chunks of 3 kilometers squared, so 3000 by 3000 meters. And then when the player goes by a certain distance, I load the next block. At least 2 blocks are loaded at the same time. So we unload to save memory. This helps the game running on Android. It's very good. We also make some checkings to see if the player are on some border, etc. It's a tile based. Imagine so many squares put side by side. So you enter some triggers or you have some checking distance calculator to load or unload that terrain part. This is not made automatically by Unity. it does not provide an interface to manage words, huge, big words like this. I have a problem with saying word. Yeah, it's the most difficult word for me. It is word. There we go. Let's go. You can understand what I'm trying to say. I hope so. The main problem is the origin shifting feature. We need to move everything back to 000. We must keep the camera, the main camera, close to 000. If we go far than 10 kilometers, things start getting really crazy, and it does not work. We cannot ship a game like that. It's very bad. It's very frustrating. Everything shakes, and smaller models lost precision on their position, so yeah, it's a crap. We cannot use that. If we use 10 kilometers on one side and 10 kilometers on the other side, positive and negative, we could have a radius of 10 kilometers getting a total distance of 20 kilometers. That's good. That's not bad, but that's not enough. And there is another problem. For most games, maybe 10 kilometers or 20 kilometers is good, but for my project I need scenes bigger than that. I live in São Paulo, Brazil. I want to make some real part of São Paulo someday, and I cannot make that with Unity because it will be unplayable. Even if I load and unload terrain, I want to provide a seamless driving experience like this one. This was made on Unreal Engine. As you see, as you are watching, I didn't make any stop since I started this video. I am just driving and driving. The terrains ahead are being loaded, terrains or meshes behind me are being unloaded, and it works. It works very well. Camera is not shaking, shadows are not blinking. Unreal handles this origin shifting feature. It's not perfect, it has some drawbacks also. It's a very complex problem, but I think that the easiest way would go by 64-bit floats, so it can store much more numbers, but that's not possible due to performance problems. I don't know exactly how many FPS or how much FPS it would drop, I don't know, but people say on the internet that it will be a lot, so it's not practical changing for 64-bit floats. Okay, we need just a way, a native way to move everything from time to time. Ideally, it is when my player goes more than 999 units, because 9999 we are left with 3 digits after the period, the divisor between integers and decimals on the number. It can only have 7 digits, so if I am close to 000 to the origin, it's everything okay. I go by 1 meter to 9 meters, 10 meters. By 10 meters I use 1, 2 numbers for the integer and 5 numbers on the decimal part. From 10 meters, from 100 meters to 999, we are left with 4 digits for decimals. Everything works like a charm. It works. Beautiful. As we go far, things start happening, as I said. Shadows, camera, movement, shaking, it just don't work. Collisions are not well detected. Below, no, it's not below 4. By going more far than that limit, the ideal solution would be moving everything with 999 meters driving. So we drive almost 1 kilometer, moves everything to 000. Drive a little bit more and then moves everything. This must be a seamless experience. We cannot stop everything, make player wait for some scene loading. Not of that. I don't want that. This is not the way we should go. Look at this, I am driving. I am not getting interrupted by the loading process or the origin shifting process itself. It just works behind the scenes. Player does not notice it. With Unity, we don't have such feature. It's a shame. It's a huge engine. It's one of the most famous, one of the best engines of all time. You can see that lots of developers love Unity. The way Unity handles making games, it's amazing. It's a very nice company. You guys have made a great job with Unity. Each version it gets lots of improvements, but we still need this feature. Without this, I am almost switching to Unreal or maybe other solution, looking for other solution. I don't want to throw away my 4 or 5 years learning Unity as an indie developer just because of this little feature. I think that you guys could implement something like that. Please make that. There are lots of requests about this. Of course, Unity devs does not make games. You say this on Unity presentations. You make the engine, so you may work for us that are paying you by Unity Plus or Unity Pro. So this feature is a must. It needs to be there. Please consider making it, guys. I am trying by myself fixing these problems, but it's something that the engine should make, not the developer of the game, because this is crucial. This is it integrates with physics and sounds. What are the workarounds that I am using right now? I am using a modified version of the floating origin script that is available on the Unity YK wiki. It works, so it works, but not the way it should be working. When it moves everything, first of all, we have to move lots of colliders. This is not so well optimized, but okay. We move, we get some lag. I found that the default script was searching for all objects in the scene, all loaded objects, to change their positions if they are root objects. So I changed the code to check just root game objects on all the loaded scenes, not all the transforms. So it's a little bit more optimized. Instead of checking thousands of game objects, we check only a few dozens. It's better than before, but the sound gets some clipping. I don't think that it's clipping. It makes something like pick, pick. Whoa, a car there. That's a accident. Nice. It's bad. As you are listening to the engine sound of this game, I think that we don't see any bad perception about that. I don't know the techniques they used, but as I searched on the internet, Unreal Engine have this feature to move everything and apply an offset to all positions and have some callback functions. So if you are using some global coordinates to add that offset to fix that positions and everything else, and it works. It's working. With Unity, I had some problems. First, as I said, searching through all game objects loaded to move everything. Other problem that I have is the sound. This is not fixed for me. The sound stops a little bit, maybe because I am moving everything with fixed update and the sound is managed by update. If I move everything with update or late update, I got another problem. Physics. All my cars, my bus, they turn around, they jump, the physics gets screwed up. It does not work. That's really bad. So I made some changes. I will only move my bus if the player is stopped. So if I'm driving, I just stop carefully to don't break physics, like now. And then pick. It moves everything back to 0, 0, 0. It's working, but it still gets that sound, that bad sound. It's smaller than one entire second, but you know, we cannot ship a game like that. It's not the way it should be. And of course, with an urban bus simulator, the driver must stop at bus stops to get passengers in and off. But in a road, in a highway like this, we don't have stops, sometimes for more than 10 kilometers. So this is not just a solution. Are you seeing that? Please, we really need that feature. We cannot use Unity forever if it does not implement such feature. I love Unity. I'm not complaining about its features or your development process. It's great. It's a great engine. It has lots of documentation and features and many users. It's amazing. I really love you guys for everything that you have made for us indie devs. The pricing point of Unity, if you earn less than $100,000 per year, you don't have to pay anything. This is amazing. Unity 5 brings everything for free. All features that were true on Unity 4. You know, I'm so glad we could have a company like this. I really love Unity. You guys already have changed my life. I will be forever... I don't know the words to say here, but I love you guys for making that. Yes. Please don't see this as a negative video, a negative message. It's not. It's a feature request. I know that feature request sounds maybe sounds some sort of bad thing. It's not. It's something that we need for years. Please, guys, make that. I think that it is not too difficult. What must be done? A native origin shifting feature basically gets everything and moves the origin, provides some function, some API to do that, and apply an offset to all running objects in an optimized way, better than searching for all objects manually and that sort of thing. With physics in mind, particles, I am not sure, but I think that PhysX, I think that it is pronounced like this, PhysX, the physics engine that you use from NVIDIA, have some feature to change the origin. I'm not sure about that, but I am almost sure. I read or I listened to someone speaking about that, and it looks that it has this feature. But Unity apparently it does not implement that, so it's something that we cannot make without access to the engine source code. It's not an easy thing to do. Even if we had access to the engine source code, it's not a trivial thing. This must be done by you guys, you developers on Unity. Another thing that it's a comply from me, you know, I don't want that this sounds bad. Please don't understand something bad. It's just a communication problem that I have to, how can I say that? I didn't have success with reporting this on the forums or feedback website. Most of Unity's greatest features needs the objects to be marked as static. Please stop doing this, guys. Procedural content, we need more and more dynamic content. For open world, huge scenes, we need that. The nav mesh is another problem. I want to use it for my pedestrian system. It works really well, it's amazing, it's beautiful, it works. Yes, we can have hundreds of people walking down the streets and sidewalks and paths and shoppings and bus terminals. It's so beautiful doing that. But it does not work with floating origin. If we need to move everything in a single frame, the platform, the floor where the people are, and also the agents that are moving, it does not work. This is a shame, guys. Please make that work with floating origin or your future native origin shifting feature. I am desperate about this. I don't know for many years, for 2 years more or less, as a indie developer, I put my project on hold. I stopped developing it because I was not sure that Unity could fit my ideals, my how can I say that again? I was not sure. May I make this game with Unity? Yeah, I was not sure. I decided to make that once I have found floating origin script. It works more or less, but this more or less almost kills the thing. In mobile, the lag spike when we move everything is bigger than on desktop, but it is perceived on the desktop also. It's not a good thing to have. Shadows are bugged maybe due to the floating point numbers? I don't know. I don't think so. It's another problem. This is another engine, as I said, this is Unreal. As you are watching, it works really well. It does not stop. We don't have audio stopping. We don't have to frame spike some just to fix and to compensate the numbers. And as far as I know, it still uses 32-bit floating point numbers. I'm not sure if this game, Fernbus Simulator, uses 64-bit numbers, because they had access to the Unreal source code, so maybe they could compile it to work with 64-bit. I'm not sure about that. But for what I saw on the forums and googling, searching on the internet about that, I have found that Unreal has that feature. They have a API or function to move everything at the same time that they provide a seamless experience. We should leave global world coordinates for the past. We cannot rely on global world coordinates. So everything that you are making that needs that nav mesh, for example, we cannot use that. You guys did dynamic nav mesh. It's amazing. It's generated in runtime, but it still does not support moving platforms or moving agents. We don't need a platform moving in each update, but we need that to fix the floating point number problem. I hope that you guys can add that. I don't know when, but I am waiting for this since Unity 4, Unity 3.5 I think. I started making my game with Unity 4, then I stopped because of this feature. So I have lots of research and studying, and I decided to make my project again with Unity 5. Then I upgraded to Unity 2017. Then now I am on Unity 2018, and we still do not have this feature. It's a bit frustrating because open world games, there are lots of projects, lots of ideas that could benefit of this. Actually, there are many requests for this on the Unity forums. Some people ask has 64-bit floats, other orange shifting feature. It is the same problem. We don't have to lost performance going by 64 bits floating point numbers to store more numbers on that, more digits, but we just need a solution, and working solution, to move everything while still playing the game without any interruption. I am driving for many minutes and we don't got any stopping rollback here. It is just working. It has some bugs. The AI traffic in this game is not that good, but yeah, it works more. It's not all the bugs that we see here, they are not related to this feature because they appears even on the first minutes of gameplay when we are supposed to be closer to the origin. Yes, this is a kind of game that I love, I like, and I want to make all my next years building games like this. I am making the basis for a bus simulator. In my case, a urban bus simulator. This is a highway bus simulator, we could say. Sorry, but I need that feature. Not only myself, but lots of people out there. Imagine how many open world games could be created with units that are not possible right now. One solution that some people find is loading the scenes with stop screens. Like you drive from a kilometer and it be 20 kilometers and then stop everything, put a loading screen and load a new scene at 000 or something like that. I don't want that. It's not natural. It's not a great experience. I want to drive for long roads as I am driving here. So that's it, guys. I hope you consider my feature request. Please don't see this as a complaint. I'm not bothering. I'm not talking something bad about Unity. I love Unity. You guys are made. I don't have the words because I don't know English language well. It's hard to me speaking in a video like this. I must do more of this to improve it step by step, but let's go there. You guys have passion in what you guys do, so this is a very good thing, but please consider making this feature. Origin shifting feature, less dependency on global coordinates like on navmesh. We should be able to use navmesh on, oh sorry about that, we should be able to use navmesh with floating origin. More features should be tested with floating origin in mind. Preferable, yes. In general with 999 threshold, so when we are far than 999 meters, we move everything to keep 4 significant digits on the numbers for the decimal part, so they work better. There's one setting on the camera that we could change, but it's not an option for me. It is the near clipping plane. If we higher that number, if we put to 1 meter, the problem is less visible, so we could drive to way more distant, but it's not the way it should be. I am using 0.3. It's a huge number. We cannot see anything within 30 centimeters from the driver's head. This is a problem in a bus simulator because if you look to the side, we must see that parts in the window. On my game, actually, it does not happen. When we look to the side, my view gets cut. Yeah, we don't see the model. If I look to the door, some bars close to the driver are hidden because of the near clipping plane. Ideally, I think that it should be like 10 centimeters at max, not 0.3. So that's it, guys. I will stop this video. Please make that feature. We need that. I am studying Unreal. I don't want to make the switch because I will start to learn everything from scratch again. It's not practical. I really don't want to do that. I love Unity. I know the way Unity works. I am well familiarized with Unity. Does that word exist? Familiarized? You know, I got the Unity way of doing things. It works, I like that, I love that, but it's not, it's almost there. I am not using Unity with the full potential that my game should have. And I am sure that it's not only myself. Please guys, take some attention about this. We are in 2018, not on the 90s. Let's make huge open world with Unity. The loading and unloading process, besides being need to be made manually, it works really well. I liked that. It works better than I expected. It loads the scenario and it places it, and maybe a bit laggy when it enables all the colliders, but it's working. This is not a problem for me. If we play on high-end PC with an SSD, the loading process in the background are really smooth. But the origin shifting feature is the problem. And lack of nav mesh and some other features like static batching also, and that's it. There are lots of things. I don't use static batching to do this. I cannot use that too, but I don't care much. If we optimize really well the scene, we don't need static batching. But nav mesh, it's a huge feature. AI, that kind of thing. It's essential to us. In my case, for the pedestrians, I don't want to place points like I did with the cars for pedestrians, so they can behave more naturally. They walk all over the sidewalk, and it works really well in smaller static scenes. Let's go open world, let's go bigger maps. Let's go with bigger maps. As I said, I don't speak English, so it's almost a miracle that I am speaking like this, because I study alone with internet and podcasts and videos, and that's it. I don't have an English teacher. I just have to practice more, to speak more. Maybe I make some more videos in English. This will help me. It helped in the past, but I stopped. But this is another subject. It does not matter on this specific video. So that's it, guys. Please make that feature. We need that. Floating origin must work with all other engine features. Of course, it should not work with all engine features, but if it works with a bigger selection of that, you'll be so amazed. I don't want to leave Unity just because of this feature, guys. Unity has nice graphics today, lots of features, really lots of features. It works really well, it's well optimized. We can get 60 or 90 easily FPS on Unity. Yeah, I don't want to leave you. I am also a Plus subscriber. I don't want to leave Unity because of this problem. So that's it. This is my message. I hope that you can fix that somehow. That's it. I end my video and see you on the next one.